Most of you have heard of my uncle, President John Kennedy. But one of the things that President Kennedy was known for was his book, Profiles in Courage. And if he were alive today, and we're adding another chapter to that historic book, he'd include Senator and Mrs. Creigh Deeds in that book. Senator, like my family, your tragedy was exhibited in public in a way that should not have to be for any family. And instead of running away from the problem, you ran towards it. And you took your own devastating, incomprehensible personal tragedy. You, more than anyone, have helped America understand what is at stake if we do nothing to repair this broken mental health system. Senator Deeds and Mrs. Deeds, we owe you a debt of responsibility to fulfill your mission, to fix the system so that it doesn't have to befall any other family like it did your own. And for that, we are very grateful.
On November 19th of last year, Creigh Deeds lost his bright son, Gus, who struggled with bipolar disorder. As in many NAMI stories, Creigh Deeds desperately sought to get help for his son, but could not in time. In presenting this award, I want you to know, Creigh Deeds, that I, as one Virginian, will work as hard as I can to support you in working to ensure that other Virginians are spared the pain your family has experienced. I will work with you so that our loved ones can live in our communities safely and to their highest level of independence possible. NAMI and I share your loss, and we honor your courage. Welcome to the NAMI family. As Richard Greer would say, you are not alone. Congratulations. You are a worthy recipient of Richard Greer Advocacy Award for your outstanding work, your leadership, and service for all people living with mental illness.
My colleagues and partners in the legislative process from Virginia, I see George Barker and Adam Edmond, who are both in the Senate with me. I see Ken Plum and Charnel Herring and Patrick Hope, who are in the House of Delegates. And I see one of my mentors and the next congressman from the 8th Congressional District of Virginia, Don Byer, right here. Thank you so much. Thank you to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and thank you, Jim Payne and Betsy Greer. I'm honored to receive the Richard T. Greer Advocacy Award, and I'm humbled by your recognition. Although I never met Mr. Greer, his reputation lives on, and his commitment endures through the work of everyone here in this room. You know, I've served in the state legislature for almost 23 years. It's hard to believe, Don Byer, you were there at the beginning, but it's hard to believe, but it's been almost 23 years. And throughout my tenure, I've always fought for improved mental health services and was always ashamed by Virginia's abysmal ranking compared to other states in mental health funding, though I'll have to admit that mental health was never my top priority. I was involved in economic development, education, transportation, public safety, environmental issues. There were lots of things that were at the top of my heap. I promise you that I would do anything, I would give anything to not be in this position today. When my world changed forever last November, I knew that I had to do something to make a change, to prevent future tragedies. My family had been dealing with my son's illness for some years, but I never truly understood what Gus was going through or how he suffered. I determined to devote my life and my efforts to change the law, to reduce the likelihood that such tragedies would occur in the future, to discuss mental health openly and honestly in an effort to remove the stigma and to work to ensure that my son is remembered for who he was and what he did, not how he died. I couldn't do that while sitting on the sidelines or working behind the scenes. My son was unbelievable. He remains, in every respect, my hero. Gus was exactly what I wanted to be. He was smart and handsome, strong, inquisitive, confident, such confidence. He was helpful, he was kind, he was generous, he was brilliant. He was so talented. He could master any musical instrument, he could sing, he could dance. He had deep faith in God and was indeed his brother's keeper. He could do anything he wanted to do and do it well. His life was just not long enough. I've determined to make what changes I could this past legislative session in the crisis intervention area of the law and the things that immediately failed Gus just prior to his death. But I know that so many people and families live in crisis or live crisis to crisis. And as you in this room know, the problems inherent in the system in Virginia are not unique. People have reached out to me desperate for help from throughout the country. I know that many people are engulfed in mental illness, including our neighbors and our friends and our co-workers, and they have so much to share and so much to contribute to society. Who knows whether the cure for cancer or the next big idea to save the earth or unlock the secrets of the universe is locked in the mind of someone who now struggles with a disease of the brain. Are locked away in our criminal justice system. You know, I represented 5 people recently, one afternoon, in the Circuit Court of Allegheny County, in a small rural area that I represent in the legislature, but also I'm a lawyer, because legislative service is part-time in Virginia. 5 people charged with criminal offenses. 3 of them went to the penitentiary that afternoon. All 5 struggled with some, 3 of them had serious mental health diagnoses. One was a less serious, but not unserious at all, depression, and also had addiction problems. And another was just a complete alcoholic. All 5 struggled. It's just unconscionable that so many people are locked away in these institutions that simply struggle from mental illness. Well, I'm not finished with the work that we did in Virginia this year. I'm not finished at all. What we've done should be seen as the beginning of the work that must be done, not the end. In the words of Mike Scott of the Water Boys, that was the river. This is the sea. I'm determined to make Virginia the leader in mental health. I'm determined that every Virginian who's in need, no matter who they are, no matter what they look like, no matter what the circumstances of their birth, no matter whether they have health insurance, every Virginian receive the services they need when mental illness strikes. I'm determined that we intervene as early as possible to make sure that people with mental illness can lead a productive life and families who struggle have the support they need so they can know safety and can feel real hope. This morning you will depart from here to visit your congressional representatives on the Hill. Don't stop there. Take this conversation back to your state capitals, to your governor, to your state representatives. Share your stories and your experiences. Continue to shed light on an issue that is too often left in the shadows. Everyone in this room knows at a personal level, just as I do, that people remain ignorant about mental illness. Rather than responding with compassion and understanding, people fear, minimize, or deny that which they do not understand. The stigma that results from this ignorance holds us back. We have to educate. We have to put names and faces on the issue. They will remember you. Help me to help others understand that the time to act is now. We cannot afford to wait for another crisis or tragedy. Too many lives have been lost. Too many families changed forever already. We need to be in the prevention business. We need to be in the long-term recovery business. We need to provide as wide a range of services as the uniqueness of the individual warrants. The current crisis-focused system is failing. The energy, innovation, and ideas to fix the system are here in this room. We have no other option but to act. Thank you for your excellent work. Thank you for this tremendous honor. The work goes on.